Hello students. Yesterday we completed on the green board regarding reflection at plane surface, like a mirror, flat mirror, what you see in your houses. If at all the mirror, instead of being flat like this, it is curved, what happens? That is what today's lecture is. So heading is reflection at curved surface. If you have curved surface like this, which is a concave mirror, the incident ray goes like this and reflected ray comes like this. This is the simplest way of talking what actually happens. Practically if you do it, you will see that. But what's the primary difference between a flat mirror and a curved mirror? If you take flat mirror, normals will be perpendicular to the mirror like this. Basically normally we define it like that. But here, if you take a curved mirror, these normals will be definitely perpendicular to the mirror, but they will not be parallel. And wherever these extended normals meet, that point will be called as center of curvature of that. Remember, in a circle, if you take a radius and tangent will be perpendicular to the radius and vice versa. Radius will be perpendicular to the tangent. So here, if you draw a tangent, that is the plane of the mirror. From there, if you draw a normal, these normals meet at center of curvature. Now we have to do something called ray tracing techniques. There are 4 ray tracing techniques. Every student must know. We use any 2 of them according to the requirements in future. So presently, what is a ray tracing technique? So whatever is happening here, instead of doing with angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, we learn it in form of some sentences. Basically it's an extension of a law. Whatever we are doing now, 4 ray tracing techniques, we'll do it. I'll explain every one of them. But it's just an extension of angle I is equal to angle R. So whatever normal you draw, center of curvature to this, center of curvature to this, that is a normal. But what happens to the ray when it is coming in a different ways? That will be covered in ray tracing techniques. So the first ray tracing technique is, if a ray comes parallel to the principal axis, this line we call it as principal axis, it passes, this is the incident ray, it passes to the focus, this is the reflected ray. So always whenever you take one parallel ray to the principal axis, that will pass through the focus. And the converse is shown here. For example, if it is already passing through focus, incident ray, this is incident ray, what happens? It becomes parallel, reflected ray. So if incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, it passes to the focus. If incident ray passes to the focus, it becomes parallel to the principal axis. This is first ray tracing technique. This is the second ray tracing technique. This you have to remember it. Suppose you draw a normal here, then you will see that this is a normal. This angle and this angle are equal. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. But to avoid this law using at every point, using geometry, we are by hearting it, remembering it in form of a sentence. Next is, if at all a ray goes through center of curvature, incident ray goes through center of curvature, this is the incident ray, what happens to it? Because it's passing normally, you know what happens in normal reflection. If a light ray is passing through normal, it will come back in the same direction. So this is the reflected ray. So ray goes straight, hits the mirror and comes back. Not only this line, any other line you can pass through center of curvature, that comes back. That will retrace its path. Number 3. 1 is this, 2 is this, 3 is this. One more, this is already passing through center of curvature. So if you incident an ray, make an angle theta with the principal axis. This is the incident ray. As already this is normal, you will get angle of reflection also to be theta. Basically this is I, this is equal to R. So incident ray makes angle theta with the principal axis. Reflected ray also makes angle theta with the principal axis. So the ray incident at an angle theta at some angle to the principal axis, it will get reflected at the same angle, or make same angles with incident ray and reflected ray make same angles with the principal axis if it is incident on the pole. This point we define it as pole. So 4th ray tracing, what we have done, incident ray and reflected ray makes equal angles with principal axis if they are incident on pole. Here the third ray diagram says incident ray passing through this point, center of curvature, after reflection from spherical mirror retrace its path backwards. So it will come like this and go like this. What is this? First one. Incident ray parallel to principal axis after reflection from spherical mirror passes through focus. Similarly, what is second ray diagram? Ray tracing. Ray diagram, they are just words. This is ray tracing and another one is ray diagrams. So what is this? Same thing. Incident ray, instead of raying parallel to, passes through principal focus, then after reflection from spherical mirror becomes parallel or goes parallel to the principal axis. These are the ray tracing techniques. Yes, I paused the video and rubbed off and created new things on the board. Now we are talking about ray diagrams. There are total 6 ray diagrams for concave mirror and 1 for convex mirror. We'll do one by one because we have to do also for lenses. Most of them are common. But what is a ray diagram? How an image is formed for a given object. For example, this is a pen. I keep the object like this. After going to the mirror, it hits the reflected light, rays come back. While coming back, they create image. Where is the image created? What are its characteristics? These are things we are going to learn now. So that's the second part of it. So let us take, always remember, ray parallel to the principal axis, pass through focus. This is common to all. Incident ray, reflected ray. Incident ray, reflected ray. Incident ray, reflected ray. Here also, this is incident ray, this is a reflected ray. This is incident ray, this is a reflected ray. This is the incident ray, this is the reflected ray. This is common for all. Now, first concept is if condition, object at infinity, then how will be the image? Image, let us see. Only one ray tracing we have. Actually, just in this same video, I discussed about formation ray tracing techniques. So in that, first ray is, if at all ray goes parallel to the principal axis, it passes through the focus. What about the second ray? You can take any ray. I take another ray. If I make the ray pass through the focus, second one, it becomes okay. Let us take another ray which is also parallel to the principal axis. It also passes through focus. This is the incident ray, this is the reflected ray. So you will get a dot sized image. Wherever two reflected rays meet, that is image. Wherever two incident rays meet, that is object. Before touching the mirror, that is incident rays. They come from object. After touching the mirror, they come back. That is reflected rays. Wherever they meet, that is the image. So here image is point size. So when it is point size, we cannot tell whether it is real, inverted or something like that, but it is a real image. What is the real image? I repeat, reflected rays, if they meet, really meet, not appear to meet. Reflected rays, if they really meet, that is called real object. Real image, sorry. Incident rays, if they really meet, that's a real object. Incident rays appear to meet. Incident rays, that also we will do it whenever we have multiple objects like lens, after that we have a mirror, again after that, then obviously if you are kept nearby nearer, we don't allow the rays to completely converge or diverge. In that case, you get virtual object concepts also, virtual image also will get it. So presently, this is the one. The second one, we can take it here. The ray which is passing through center of curvature will retrace its path. So this is an incident ray, this is a reflected ray. So you have an object somewhere here. I repeat, incident ray, wherever they are meeting, that is the object. This is the reflected ray, this is the reflected ray, wherever they are meeting, that is the image. And now object is kept beyond center of curvature. Let us write like this. If object is beyond C, C is equal to 2f. In a spherical mirror, the radius of curvature will be in such a way, we will do the derivation part. If this is f, this will be 2f. This distance and this distance will be equal. Then image will be in between these two, F and C. And for mirror back side is virtual, for mirror front side is real. But anyhow, the rays, reflected rays are meeting. They are not appear to meet. We have not extended them and we have created an image. So that is a real image. Real, comma, this is smaller than this, diminished. And what else you can tell about its characteristics? And this is upright, this is like this, so it is inverted. So what is a ray diagram? We talk about image formation and its characteristics. So image formation, where it is formed, what kind of image is there, and what are the characteristics, that all things we have written there. Now we'll go for the next ray diagram. This is the first one, that's the second one, number wise, just textbook numbers. They are okay, they are having some reason for it that we'll discuss later on. You may ask, sir, why not it is 1, this is 2, like that. This order you follow it. Next is, if you keep the object at center of curvature here, so one ray is coming from its head, another ray will pass through the focus like this. So this is also incident ray. Two incident rays are meeting at this point. That means object is real. You are not extended, it automatically coming. So now, if at all you bring it like this, they again meet at some place. Reflected ray, two reflected rays meet. So this red color reflected ray and the blue color reflected ray, they are meeting at a point. Because they are meeting, they are not extended. I'll explain that in this diagram. You understand what is the extension of it. So now, if object is at C, center of curvature, that is equal to f distance, then image will be at C. What are the characteristics? You can, same way here what you have written, you can write. Because reflected rays are meeting, that's a real image. It's not diminished, both are same size. And moreover, inverted. Now we come to another ray diagram, where in which it was kept beyond C and you got in between. Like now we keep it in between. So object is if object between C and F, then what happens to the image we'll see. So we will make the ray pass through the focus. What happens if it all ray is parallel to the principal axis, pass through the focus? If it is already passing through the focus, it goes like this. So this is a reflected ray, this is another reflected ray, both reflected rays are meeting, so it's a real image. Image between, image beyond. You may be thinking that actually image is coming here, SAR has extended here. Not like that. We have to do it a graph paper. This should be properly, you have to take a compass and draw a curve from, that means it should be a part of a circle. You have to keep the images properly. This from here to here, this distance, from here to here, this distance should be same. If you maintain that, obviously this will come. See, I made some arrangement such that it comes like that. It is not a cunning plan. Basically, we are not having geometrical apparatus here. That's why I am doing like that. But naturally, if you take a graph sheet, take a paper, make a compass, keep the distances properly and do it, obviously you will get it. You have to follow the principles. Ray parallel to the principal axis, pass through focus. Ray passing through the focus becomes parallel to the principal axis. That things you have to remember it. Now it's real. Incident rays are meeting, so object is real. Reflected rays are meeting, therefore image is real. Real. Compared to this size is more. You can see this triangle comes. See the triangles, you can understand. Real. Enlarged, you can write it, or magnified. But it is inverted again compared to this. Inverted. Next, these two are converse to each other. So number 1, 2, 3, this is the third ray diagram, this is the fourth ray diagram. Converse of one another. Now coming to this, we bring it little more further and we keep the object at focus. So this is the incident ray, this is the reflected ray, we don't touch that. Now we cannot take the line, for example, if I take a ray passing through focus, it will not touch the mirror. So you have to take something else. A ray passing through center of curvature also will not pass through, will not touch the mirror. So we have the fourth ray tracing technique. If you make incident ray hit the pole, make an angle theta, reflected ray also makes angle theta with the pole, makes equal angles with respect to the principal axis. That concept I told. Now you see, these two rays are parallel and they are not meeting, reflected rays. Incident rays are meeting. This is incident ray, this is the incident ray, and both are meeting. So object is real, but reflected rays are not meeting. If you extend them, let us see backward if there is any possibility. Here also no possibility. They are like railway track, parallel railway track. They don't meet. So if object is at focus, then image not formed, image at infinity. So when the rays don't meet, we say that image formation is the rays should meet, and they are not meeting, you don't write anything about it, you don't comment it. So this and this are alike. If object is at infinity, image will be at focus. If object is at focus, image will be at infinity. The last one, when I keep the object less than the focus distance. So this is the incident ray, and no need to change anything in this. This is a reflected ray for the first ray. Similarly, I make one more incident ray making equal angles with respect to the pole, with respect to the principal axis. So this ray and this ray, obviously they are not parallel, but they are not going to meet this side, this left side. So there is a probability of making them meet at right hand side. So somewhere they meet here. So if you extend this principal axis, you get image here. But the question is, this reflected ray are meeting but not really meeting. We have made them extend and meet it. So this is a virtual image. This is not a real image. You can see reflected ray meeting, really meeting. You can see here, this is a reflected ray, this is a reflected ray, they are meeting. Here we have extended and make them meet. That means actually they are not coming. But our eye will have a sensibility that we can see from this side and we can think where the image might have formed, because our eye, our nervous system, our brain have special capabilities to recognize virtual images which are not actually formed. That's a great biology. That is a God. You can use the word called God. but in a physics class we cannot use that, but still that's the nature. Our eye can visualize virtual objects. Suppose you are standing in a mirror, nobody will be at the back of the mirror, but you can see yourself in the mirror. How it is happening? Because you are having eyes. If you close your eyes, it cannot happen. If you switch off the light, it cannot happen. So light is required, your eyes are required, mirror are required. Okay then. So if object within focus then image is formed. Image, this is called beyond mirror, back side of the mirror, back side of mirror. The distance depends on how you make this distance. Suppose you go closer, then the size will come down from infinity slowly, and once you make it attach it to the mirror, it also gets attached. So these are the things will happen. So it is not real now, virtual. Compared to this size will be bigger, always magnified. This is standing, this is also standing. All other mirrors are inverted. So this is erect. This is about ray diagrams and image formation and their characteristics. If object is at infinity, image will be at focus. It will be real, but we cannot write about the characteristics, whether it is inverted or not. Next, if object is beyond the center of curvature, image will be between center of curvature and focus. Because rays are meeting, reflected rays, they are real, diminished and inverted. If the object is at the center of curvature, you will get the image at the center of curvature. You can see the size is increasing. So as you are coming nearer, point size became little bigger, and now it is became equal to the object. Then further it became bigger than the object. Then suddenly it vanished. And after that, it became a virtual image. So try to practice the ray diagrams, see one or more books. Always you will get enthusiasm when you read one book, and don't read the same book. If you read similar book, if you take your CBSE student, you can go for ICSE students book, as well as you can read in CBSE only other material. Like that, when you read more and more number of times, you understand the basics of it. This is about characteristics of image formation by a concave mirror. Here students, I paused the video and I rubbed it off, and a new part I am talking about, same thing, ray diagrams, about image formation and characteristics, but this time it is convex mirror. Previously we discussed concave mirror where you have 6 diagrams, but here we have only 2 diagrams, not even 2, one if you understand it, the other is same. But the preliminary difference between concave mirror and convex mirror is like this, so its center of curvature like this side, convex mirror is like this, so the reflecting side is like this, convex side is reflecting, the other side we can coat with a silver nitrate, so you will see this side only, not that side. So this is the mirror. If you see the curvature is like this, so its center lies on the other side. If you draw a line passing through center, that's called normal. That's called normal. So this normal is going like this. So if you have used the rule, angle I is equal to angle R, the rays falling here go like this. It will not go the other side, or it will not come this side. So the reflected ray, if you extend it, it is passing through a point that we call it as focus. The incident ray, the reflected ray. One more thing, if at all you, same the rule we have, if at all you make the incident ray which is parallel to principal axis, after reflection from convex mirror, don't pass through focus, appear to pass through focus. Similarly, the incident ray which is incident at some angle to the principal axis at the pole makes equal angles with respect to the principal axis. So this time center of curvature and focus will be right side, not left side. So the ray diagram, what we need to do is, for example, object is at infinity, the incident rays are coming parallel, one more ray also I will take, both of them touch here, go like this, touch here, go like this. Why this happened means, if you draw center of curvature to that normal and all, you can see that this principle holds true. So goes back, go back. So you get a point sized image. So what is the ray diagram? If object is at infinity, then image is point sized, image at focus, point size. Both are same there and here, but only thing is here it's previously it was real, now it is virtual. But you cannot talk about magnified, erect, that kind of things because it's a dot size. Similarly, if at all you have object, the magnitude of this length and this length you can even have it here, F and C you can have, but you will not have any focus or center of curvature here. Both ends and center of curvature are that side only. But if this distance is 10 centimeters, you can keep this distance also 10 centimeters like that, obviously. So next, if you keep object anywhere, for example, I keep it center of curvature or focus anywhere, you get one ray like this. As I told you, it will go like this, passing through focus. The another ray which you are incidenting on pole makes equal angles with respect to principal axis. So this is the incident ray. This incident ray and this incident ray are coming from a point. They are not appear to be coming. They are really coming from a point. So object is real. This reflected ray, definitely they are not going to meet. So we can make them appear to meet. So this is the point of where they appear to meet. So this is the image formed. This image is not a real image, so we draw a dotted image so that you can understand there is a difference between real image and virtual image, but doesn't matter. So now see the concept here. If object is in front of convex mirror, the thing is, if you bring this nearer and nearer, this ray remains same, but this ray will change. This angle will go on increase. So suppose you come nearer, this angle going to increase, obviously this angle going to increase. So wherever formation will be there from dot size to, it will grow up to this size. So it will be always within this. So don't need to tell at center of curvature, between center of curvature and focus, between focus and pole. This kind of words you don't need to use it here. So object is in front of convex mirror, then image is backside of mirror, that is obviously virtual. You can see compared to this size, this is small, diminished. This is also upright, that is also upright, so it is erect. So only two ray diagrams, but the point you need to understand regarding convex mirror is center of curvature and focus will be in the right hand side but not left hand side. We might have written F and C, but they are only to make the distances to be equal. That is not the real focus. Take a screenshot and remember these things.